Hey gardeners, Lindsay here with the Mindful Living Movement, and I brought one of my houseplant friends, one of my favorites. Favorites always seem to be these gorgeous purple leaved plants and the ones that grow quickly and that I can also propagate a lot from. And so this is definitely one of them, and I put this in a very beginner friendly category. So if you're looking for something super easy, this is it. It goes by the name of purple waffle or sometimes red ivy. It is Strobilanthes alternata is its scientific name. And you can see that it's got these really lovely purple leaves. So they're green, dark purple on the top, and then even more purple on the bottom, and a really pretty sort of waffly kind of pattern. And this is a plant that is pretty tolerant of bright light. It gets actually direct winter sun, and then in the summertime it just kind of hangs out behind some shades getting lots of bright light. And you can see it is a trailing plant. So it grows, it'll spill over the side of your pot. So if you want to put it into a hanging pot, or just you want something that's a little bit sort of on the bushier side of things, this is definitely it. Now, one of the things that I like to do is, because it's so productive, and it does tend to keep putting out roots. So if I didn't have it in a pot and it was actually in the ground, all these sort of new pieces, they would just start to put down roots and it would get bushier. It makes a really nice ground cover. Unfortunately, not perennial in our zone, so I just get to grow it as a house plant. But you can definitely water propagate this the same as you would a pothos. So exact same method. Take your cuttings, stick them in water, wait for your roots to sprout, stick them in a new pot, or stick them outside in the garden, which is exactly what I did this year, because this guy was getting so big that I was actually starting to have a hard time keeping it watered. And it will tell you when it's not been watered, because it likes to get really droopy. So I am forever sort of, it seems like, moving it into a bigger pot or taking cuttings off of it and putting it into newer pots and so on and so forth. And I decided that instead of putting more plants inside my house, that I would just also stick some more outside. And so I've been sprinkling these beautiful purple plants in and around my perennials this summer. Curious to see how big that it will get over our summer. We have a pretty short summer and it's not perennial here. It is, however, perennial, I think, in zones like 10 and 11, which is miles from us. We are zone 3, so there's just no way that it's going to work out here. But as far as care, as I mentioned, bright light, bright and direct is like a good safe bet. It will take direct winter sun, our Canadian sun coming in our west facing window. It likes a more moist soil, so something that has a good sort of moisture retentive, organic soil, lots of humusy materials in it. Make sure that you do incorporate either lots of perlite or vermiculite, so that there is lots of oxygen, so that even though there's lots of moisture in the soil, you don't root rot your plant. And it's good for a beginner in the sense that you'll know if you haven't watered it, because it's going to droop on you. Ideally though, just keep it watered quite well, and it will just keep pumping out new leaves. It will spill over pots, and you'll be able to keep propagating more and more, and maybe even gift your friends or just fill up your house. So as I mentioned, I put a whole bunch outside. Here's a look at one of the newly planted ones. Looking pretty good. Here is another one. And they've settled in quite nicely. I've put them underneath this tree here so that they don't get full sun, but they still get a lot of really bright light. Here is another guy. This one's getting a little more light than the others, but I don't see any burnt leaves thus far. So everybody's looking pretty good, scattered in and around for some extra color. Now, if you are keen to keep filling up your house with more plants, and maybe also have those plants be something that you can eat, then head to the description. There's a waitlist link there for my indoor growing course. It's going to be launching pretty quick. We're going to be into the fall season before we know it. And basically, I'm going to teach you how to grow very easy, carefree food production plants, as well as maybe a little bit more advanced plants like growing tomatoes inside your house if you want to feed yourself over the winter time. So This can sort of feed that desire to have more plants, but then also maybe cut down on the grocery bill, or be able to get more quality greens all winter long, herbs, you name it, whatever it is that you're keen on growing. Probably you can grow it inside. And like I said, we'll start with the beginners and we'll go to the more advanced stuff. So be sure to get on that wait list. Now, if you found this video helpful, then just make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so that you don't miss out on more videos coming at you just like this one. Have a great rest of the day, gardeners.